All right, we're going again. All right, well, let's really Harry S. Truman, Lowly, and the Bopper. Okay.
Yes, true.
All right. When I call your name, state your role. Hold'em Joe.
The Valkyrie.
Griffonzo.
Wizard.
Preeves.
Warrior.
And I am Walking Eye. I'll be your elf this evening. And this is absolutely magical adventure through Gauntlet 4, which we're starting in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. So Gauntlet 4 released in the mid-90s for the Genesis. I should probably know the year this game was released, huh?
1993.
1993. Wow.
Yes, someone did his research.
Wow, that's pretty good. And so this is a 4-player speedrun. You don't see these very often because they are impossible to organize. And the first thing you'll notice is we're not using all 4 players right away. This is crap. We demand your money back. The reason we're not using all 4 players is because... Oh, I grabbed that extra key. You grabbed the key on the next here. The reason we're not using all 4 players is because the other players are actually pretty slow right now. Get that trap tile. Thank you.
Got it.
Man, I'm just making you do everything here. And so until we can get everybody speed up, we're going to try to use just the fastest characters, which is the Elf and the Valkyrie. The other characters have advantages too. The Wizard in particular has very high magic. And we make use of that through the potions that he picks up. And he's already picked up 2 potions. He gets to pick the 2 up here because he is not going to be the long tail on this level. It's going to be the Elf no matter what. So we want to make sure the Wizard is loaded up on those potions. Another thing you'll notice is when you hit these red tiles, we kind of get teleported. Those become very important later on. You're not actually... The teleports aren't actually linked to each other. They send you to whichever one is closest on the screen at the time. So with all 4 players, we'll be able to manipulate the camera a little bit later on and get some pretty significant skips in on this run. But again, we're going to take just the Elf and Valkyrie on this floor. This one's a little bit longer. Elf does have the second highest magic of all characters, so we'll take these 2 potions here for the Elf. Valkyrie comes on this run just to pick up that money right there. Money is used to buy items, which can increase stats. And everybody gets the money as long as they leave the floor legitimately. And pick up some more here. So this is the first area of significant RNG where we're going to go through and hit these teleporters. Because there's multiple that are equidistant from the one I'm stepping on. It's random which one I come out on. And so we call this the Spiral of Death. Spiral of Doom? It's the spiral of something.
That's right.
And we just kind of sit here until we get through here. This is manipulated by a task because it is based on, things that the task can control, but not by us. Those chests there are fake. They are mimics, which will kill us very quickly. And we're going to Warp Wing back. Now that the Elf is Warp Wing back, he doesn't actually get any gold or experience for the level, but the characters who were there and did nothing, just leeched, do get experience and gold. So Elf is going to be a little bit short on cash, but that's okay. He's got the highest speed anyway. So that's kind of our first trip through the Earth Tower. Earth Tower is one of the more complicated ones to actually run because there is this back and forth. What we're trying to do here before we do anything else is get this item, which we're going to get on this screen right here, called the Float Ring. You can see where it's a slow tile on the right of your screen. That means that those characters are standing on a slow tile currently. The Valkyrie just stepped off of hers, but that's okay. As long as all 4 characters are on the screen, we're going to get a float tile. This is going to allow us to float over such tiles, as well as those teleport tiles, which is important later on. Now that we've gotten a bit of experience, we're going to level here and equip our float rings. We're going to need those float rings pretty soon. So everybody's going to level speed here, except for the Warrior. The Warrior is actually the slowest character. We don't want the Warrior's a lost cause. We don't need the Warrior to get any speed. We're going to use the Warrior for his offense later on. The dragon, there's a dragon at the end of each tower, and we use the Warrior to kill the dragon. And this floor we call the Monster Mash. This is one of the more complicated floors here early. We don't want to fall down any of these down arrow blocks. And these are all slow tiles. So we are going to move as fast as we can while not falling off. These little red guys here, we don't know what their real names are, but we call them Kiwis for some reason. their shots can actually push us back. So Elf is going to kind of clear out these enemies while we go through. And there's our first example of a potion. So the Wizard's magic gets quite a lot of enemies out of our way as we journey through this maze. All these tiles are different, which is a huge pain. Some of these are slow tiles. Some of these are no shot tiles, which means you can't actually shoot your weapon at all. Some of these are no magic tiles, which means you can't use a magic potion on them. And those trap tiles, those are the flashing ones. Those are the ones we're going for mostly. They have two things that they do. One is they make some walls disappear somewhere in the level. It's okay to go first. Keep going, Griff. The other thing they do is they grant higher than normal experience. And we want that experience for all the characters. You got to go in the corner, Griff. Yeah, in that corner next time.
Good.
And I mean, the whole thing is a dance. Like, there's a lot of the need to improvise like that, because just like things can, with 4 players, things go wrong so quickly. Players get out of order. You pick up something you weren't supposed to. You know, sometimes a player will even die or something. And so we really do need a lot of, you know, thinking on our feet and knowing the game pretty well and relying on others, which is not something you often see in speedruns. So there we actually had a bunch more RNG for teleporters, and thankfully we got through it with no problems. But here the Valkyrie's going to come along with the Elf, mostly for camera manipulations, just to make sure some enemies at the top of the screen don't spawn, as well as help clearing these nerds out here. We're not shooting here because we want to keep that potion. That potion becomes very important for us. And got that trap tile, we're out of here. So now that the Valkyrie's done, Valkyrie's just going to leave.
Just gonna leave.
Just gonna try to leave. And that was actually really good because the Valkyrie is able to manipulate it so that those enemies don't spawn by the time I get there. So that was actually really good. Yeah, what else do we want to say about this game? This
Gauntlet
was
IV
Go ahead.
Nope.
You got nothing? You don't know anything about it? All right.
It's all you, man.
This was the game that was kind of released for the team player. This was the big, like, the launch game for the peripheral that allowed you to play with more than 2 players on the Genesis. I feel like they could have done a better job. Most of the 4-player games out there are like sports games, which are not quite speedrun friendly, but they are very good games, very fun games to, you know, play on until 3 in the morning eating pizza with your friends in high school. But not so much if you're interested in speedrunning. All right, well, I'm gonna die here. So I got trapped by some enemies called deaths. Those deaths are immune to all forms of damage. The only way to kill them is to either use a potion or let them just kind of wear themselves out. And in that case, one of them wore himself out, and then I was able to get through him, but I took quite a bit of damage for it. That's okay, I do have a health potion, so I will be healing before the boss anyway. I am low on health. I have under 100 here. I'm going to heal pretty soon. Actually, I can
18.
heal now.
Oh yeah, better do it now.
Come on. And so this potion that I've been saving, I save for those deaths down there, which we cannot avoid. Alright, our first dragon fight. And so the elf with the float ring and the extra speed that we've gotten from leveling is just fast enough to get behind this dragon here. This is actually part of the single player strat as well. Valkyrie doesn't come, not because the Valkyrie isn't like a good character or anything, but because with 4 characters, it becomes a lag fest. This game isn't actually, despite being the launch game for being able to play with 4 players, this game can't actually handle having 4 players on the screen at once. So pretty quick dragon kill. The reason we bring the other 2 characters, the warrior is there for the damage, and the wizard is actually there for the rewards at the end. At the end of each dragon fight, there is a rewards of some potions. Now these happen to increase stats. In this case, they'll increase magic power, which is very, very good for the wizard to get even more magic power. And any additional ones that you get after that are just straight up potions, which is great.
We need a little bit of gold here, boys.
All right,
Is my
go to the right.
observation.
So we'll take a little bit of gold. Thank you. So that's the Valkyrie's job, because the Valkyrie's not fighting here. Valkyrie's supposed to watch our gold. We need at least 1,000 gold coming into this level because we come out with 1,000 gold. Because we need 2,000 gold here. In order to buy the right equipment for some of the characters. So the elf doesn't have enough money because the elf spent it all on heal drinks and warp wings. Whereas the other characters did not do that.
Still, yeah.
Level now. Right. Am I floating? I feel like I'm floating. Yeah, I was floating. So welcome to the Wind Tower. Now we've gotten the first tower out of the way. We're going to go work on the Wind Tower now. Wind Tower has the best music out of all the towers, as you can plainly hear. And we're going to start using the other characters a little bit more because they're a little bit faster now. We've had the time to do that, and so the wizard's going to come along in particular. In addition to, getting a little bit further in the game, every time you complete a tower, the enemies get a little bit tougher, a little bit stronger. They do scale with you.
Grab 2 here.
I think I only grabbed one. I think I shot one. And so bringing the wizard along, because he's a little bit faster and is able to use those potions to clear out rooms so effectively, is very, very valuable for us. There's also a new type of tile introduced here, the stream tile. This just kind of pushes the character. It's windy. It's basically very, very windy. And so you'll see there's the elf here kind of slipping and sliding. Much more so than we would like, but not a lot we can do about it. And we're out of here. It's another elf-wizard combo here. Through these stream tiles as best we can. Potion. Thank you. And you'll notice that the elf is picking up most of the keys here. We have a couple of keys from the other characters, but mostly it's the elf and the Valkyrie that get the keys. They're the fastest characters, and that's what their inventory is best used for. You're gonna let me go down. All right. So this is the first major skip, so we're going to be manipulating the camera a bit here. Elf is going to get into position, as well as the wizard, and that's called the Super Mario Super Skip. The single-player run does a similar version because you can get to the point where you're faster than the camera. But we can go a little bit better than that just because we have the ability to control the camera much more tightly.
Get really swamped by enemies.
Potion here.
Oop.
Float.
I can just float, yeah.
Yep.
Alright. Easy recovery.
And you can see those one tile gaps a little bit difficult to get into. Potion. There you go. All right. All right, we're through. Now the elf did take quite a lot of damage there, so we're gonna let the elf rest. The wizard did as well, but the wizard is used a little bit less, so we're not as concerned about the wizard's health here. The Valkyrie's going to be doing most of the heavy lifting in this level. And the wizard's here really to get those two potions. And it doesn't really cost us a lot of time to pick those two up. Had to be a little bit careful there. If you do shoot a potion, the potion will basically be used, but like a weaker version of it. And so we want to make very, very sure to not shoot potions when possible. This is going to be Valkyrie solo. Again, Valkyrie's pretty good. Valkyrie's good at... Still don't use that teleporter. Valkyrie's pretty good at using... Valkyrie has the second highest speed, as well as better offense than the elf. And so we use her to push through these sections that are a little bit more fighting intensive. And we'll get through again. We're going to level here. This is just before the dragon fight. Oh, hit that trap tile, sorry. So here's an example of where we actually need the float ring.
There we go.
We cannot get over that tile otherwise. And we're shooting those potions because they're a pain to actually go around and get. And more camera manipulations here for these teleporters. We need to get to all 4. This is a nightmare in single player. This is like significant time loss. There you go. But in multiplayer, we get to actually manipulate the camera. And we came out of that pretty clean there. So just make sure you have your heal drink equipped. And we're on to the dragon fight. Now this dragon again, this is going to be close. We can get behind the dragon.
Elf heal.
Thank you. It is very, very useful when you're paying attention and trying not to die to have somebody else watching your health. So the Valkyrie very kindly watches healths and instructs people when to actually use their heal potion. We don't so much need to float here because you can't float over these stream tiles, so any of these like windy movements you see, not voluntary. But we took care of the dragon pretty quick. In this case, we're going to do the same thing as last time, where Wizard gets most of the potions. Warrior's going to pick up 1 potion here, because these do increase shot speed. These are shot speed potions. So Warrior grabs 1 because it helps with the offense. And then Wizard's going to grab the rest, and we're out of here. And so that's 2 towers down. We get 2 more, and then the final castle. Level. So we're all done leveling our primary stats, so we're going to start leveling our secondary stats here. And we do need to talk to these nerds again. And do some more buying. I need silver dagger. And then get out of here. Alright, onto the fire tower. Fire tower's music, you know, starts a little slow, but it gets better. Now we really start to see the speed pay off for our characters. Especially the elf has actually had an opportunity to buy things now. And is once again very far ahead of the other characters in terms of speed. So we're going to make use of that through a couple of the floors here. This is one of my least favorite areas. But the music's pretty good, so we'll live with it. These deaths don't see me right now. I have limited invisibility. So unless I'm actively meleeing something to death, it can't really, it doesn't interact with me. This also causes the game to run faster in sections, which can be quite hysterical to watch. This one again, we have a lot of melee stuff to do, so we're going to send both the Valkyrie and the Wizard to take care of this floor. Also a lot of potions that need picking up. And so you can see them kind of going back and forth and dancing around each other, switching positions, making sure that everything's in the right order. Valkyrie killing enemies when necessary, Wizard using potions when necessary. And Wizard's going to pick up a bunch of potions here. And you can also see how the Wizard has a couple of keys. We're going to spend those keys. We want that inventory to be full of nothing but potions. But sadly, when there's a key next to a potion, there's not a lot we can do. So we'll have the Wizard spend one of their keys right here. And we're out of here. And Valkyrie, make sure you pick up this key. Yeah, you don't go down there, Griff. You just go straight left.
Ooh, hold on. There we go.
And very careful here to avoid the deaths. Very good. And we're out of here.
Left you a couple friends.
Usually each tower will have about one really difficult floor. This one is not it. Oh my god. And we are coming up on that floor really quick. This one's not the most complicated, but it's also not the least complicated. Everybody back in the hole quick on this one. We're just here to hit this trap tile and get back inside. So a little bit of backtracking here, not too much though. Not near. Well, we won't see anything like the Earth Tower again on our run. So now it's just the elf is going to run to the end with very little interference until we get to the 9th floor, which is very complicated, and we're going to need all 3 characters. Or 3 out of 4 anyway. We're going to level right here. And make sure to equip your health potion as well. And there are trap tiles that we need to hit in... Oh, I hit a potion by accident. In all 4 corners here. And so we're going to kind of hit them one at a time. Oh boy. Alright, that's alright. You guys keep going. You got to hit the trap tile, Matt. Bottom right.
Got it.
So there we actually did an unintentional camera manipulation. Where we were sent to the elf was sent to the wrong place. Just go. Just go.
I don't. Can we make it? We can make it.
Yeah, perfect.
Got it.
And so we're gonna be a little bit of improvising here, but we're okay. Yeah, hit the teleporter. Here we go.
We're out of here, boys.
Now we have enough to get out of here.
That's where they go with the complicated one.
Alright, so we've recovered from that. A lot of improvisation in this speedrun. This dragon, unfortunately, has very large wings, so I can't actually get behind him. So the elf is going to sit this one out, and it's just going to be the warrior and the wizard. We start out with a little bit of a dragon's kiss. It's a strategy we call for getting a lot of damage in. Each character can only have one projectile out at a time. We're going to do our best to get the dragon in a bit of a lock here.
Warrior heal? Nope.
So we're going to be trading aggro between the wizard and the warrior until we can get, hopefully... Now, we got to push back a little. Almost! We can get him in kind of a lock. Warrior, be careful.
Yeah.
Alright, we killed him anyway. Alright, so you didn't get to see the lock, but we did get through it. And that was very, very dangerous there for a little while. We'll see the lock in later Dragon Fights. We'll have plenty of chance at it. But it is a pixel-perfect manipulation, so you know, it's not like... The warrior, despite playing for the least amount of time of any of the 3 characters, has a very stressful and important job. Because if basically we don't kill that, the run's dead.
No pressure.
No, a lot of pressure. Significant amounts of pressure, in fact. We're leveling again here. And we're gonna buy some more things here. I need to buy high-speed boots.
Get rid of those low speed boots.
Alright, onto the water tower. This is our 4th and final tower here. Do I have my... I don't have float ring equipped. That would have been very bad if I didn't have float ring equipped. Got to float over these teleporters. Need those keys. Need both of those keys. All right. I like the water tower music too. This is probably my second favorite music. So those tiles that I'm on are no-shot tiles, which means I can't actually kill anything while on them. So we kind of rely on the wizard using his potions there to help me out and clear out the enemies. A lot of doors here to unlock, a lot of keys here to get as well. I missed a bunch of keys. I'll pick up a couple on the bottom here. The faster you are, the harder it is to control. This one we need to kind of shoot a little bit odd there in order to pick up that potion and get rid of those walls. But we got there. Around we go in a spiral. But this game has been pretty fun to run. It's, you know, speedrunning is a fun hobby, but it's even more fun when you can play it with friends. It's very difficult to play it with friends because people, turns out, even during this quarantine, have very busy schedules and busy lives. But we find time. Go. So that's the supersonic super skip. A little bit more manipulations. Glad I shot that food. Didn't need the health or anything. More manipulations that...
Oh, careful.
Yeah. I'm gonna grab some food here.
Ooh, nice food.
Alright, so you notice the elf is a little bit low on food after tanking all those ghosts, so that's the reason we send the Valkyrie here. It's just a little bit more efficient than actually having to heal, so we're able to do a little bit more dangerous strats to save some time on some levels and then lose not that much time on these levels here.
Need to check float ring. Yeah, I didn't have it.
So it is important for us to float over some of these obstacles here, those teleporters, in order to get by and continue to get the trap tiles.
Ooh.
Yeah, mimics are a pain. The fake chests that we see, they can do a lot of damage very quickly, and they act like regular chests until you touch them. And so I'm going to take an opportunity to heal here. Buy from this merchant. All right.
Limited invisibility.
Killing some old men. And we'll get out of here.
Valkyrie there had a little bit of limited invisibility. This is the first floor right here. Water 4 is the first floor where it's just going to be Wizard solo.
Oh my god. Wow.
Wizard's not the fastest character, but it is nice to give the Wizard the opportunity to pick up a couple of extra potions there while we're there. We could farm potions there indefinitely, but it's just not fast enough. So we're gonna level here, everybody.
I need to get my healing.
And more teleporting, more using potions to kill those deaths. And again, this is just like a big dance where we have the characters. Yeah, no, you were fine. We gotta hit the trap tiles in order. Trap tiles will often unlock access to each other. And so, like, we have the Valkyrie hit one, and then the wizard happens to be closest to the second one, so we'll have the wizard hit the next one.
That's a good one.
And that was a good one. Back to the next dragon. This is the 4th dragon that we need to get in order to actually get into the final castle area. Start out with a little Dragon's Kiss, and hopefully we can actually get this manipulation here. The dragon will aggro on basically whoever hits him last, unless you get too close to the dragon, in which case he reverts to that flame breath. There is a pixel.
Ooh, he'll hit. Oh, nice.
Oh, under 30 he had. Oh, there it is. So the warriors found the magic pixel. And we'll just kind of stand there throwing those very, very powerful axes at the dragon's head until the dragon dies. Wizard doesn't want to lag out the game, so he just goes into the corner and faces the wall. Alright, Wizard's going to get all the potions here. After we get through this text. The text is a little bit faster in Japanese, but we want to give everybody the chance to read what's going on here. So we'll run it in English for the day. Alright, leveling here. Now at this point we're leveling mostly health except for the wizard who needs to level magic.
There we go.
And everybody's going to be buying here. Valkyrie's going to be buying heavy metal. Wizard buys enchanted robe. Elf buys silver arrow.
Yeah, everybody.
Yeah, everybody important.
Buddy, where's my enchanted robe? Oh, there it is. Oop, let me get my loot.
And we're into the castle. Castle is the most complicated of all of the dungeons by a lot. So we're going to see a lot of instances where we're using all 4 characters. Not because we want to necessarily, but because we don't have a choice. It doesn't actually give us a hole to go back into in a lot of these situations. Oh my goodness. So, you'll notice Elf still has 2 potions here. These don't really do a whole lot now that the enemies have leveled up so far beyond us. But using 3 in a row is going to prove to be necessary for a floor coming up here. This is the first floor where we actually get to where there isn't the hole to go back into immediately. So we're going to do that. We're also going to be doing a skip here. This one is possible in... Go back... in single player. So we're going to use all 3 of those potions to clear everything out here. Now, you notice the elf is walking kind of drunkenly. Those are confused tiles that we're sitting on, and confused tiles just make your controls go in a random direction. So it's a little bit difficult to do. Here is the Swaparoo. This one's going to be a little bit tricky because we need to manipulate the camera a little bit further down, a little bit further down, a little up, try up.
Up.
All right.
There you go.
So the camera has to be in a very particular spot in order to actually get all of the characters through the teleport manipulation here. And we got everybody out. How am I doing on health? 1804. Should be plenty. Health is a concern here, but I do get a heal in the middle of this dungeon, so we're okay. That was pretty good. Alright, we're going to level here. We've gotten a little bit more experience at this point. So we might as well. Mostly we just want health, but it's important for the wizard to have absolutely maxed out magic. Everybody's going to leave. Elf is going to take a minute and go to the shop here and just pick up an extra heal drink. So you can only carry 1 in your inventory at a time. So I spent mine there in order to heal up. And we're going to do...
I can wait for you to go up a little bit next time, right?
Yeah, you're fine. It's not a huge deal. But by keeping the camera pegged down there, make sure to pick up that potion.
Yeah.
By keeping the camera pegged down there, he prevents some enemies from spawning on us.
Oh, I got pushed out.
Alright, everybody back inside. So here is the opportunity for the wizard to just fill up on potions. It's tricky because we do not want the wizard to pick up any keys. It's alright, we're not going back in, we're just going to keep going. ideally there, and it's very, very tough to get it to be ideal. Ideally there, we have full potions on the wizard, but we don't. Just use one potion here, Griff.
Yeah. Got him.
Excellent work. I am stuck on a confused tile.
Which way do I shoot? Which way do I shoot?
Yeah, oh, I hate the confused tiles.
At least we're not through stooging today.
Oh god, yeah, no, we ran into like this game, believe it or not, as much as it's been like tasked, and the task is like really, really awesome. I recommend you check it out. There's some really, really cool task only glitches. You can basically get infinite speed with the task, which is really, really cool. You have to change your inputs on every single frame though, which is not possible. But despite how much this game has been tasked and how much there is actually a significant amount of effort that's gone into routing this game and all of that. A lot of the 4-player stuff just has never come up, and we've run into stuff where like 2 players will get stuck on each other and not able to actually fit through a hallway as a result, and we just kind of sit there for 20 seconds not doing anything as a result. It's been a ton of fun to run. We're in the home stretch now though of this ridiculous run. And just gonna fight our way through. So we actually were briefly on the 9th floor, which is the floor just before the final boss fights. We need to hit a total of 4 switches, and it is normally a huge back and forth because there's like 4 quadrants. Potion?
Get the warrior out. Yeah, I got him.
Oh, the warrior wasn't out. That was the problem there.
I needed the camera further right to get out.
Yeah, so we do some camera manipulations here in order to get these teleporter sections early. So we are not supposed to be able to travel there. This room is supposed to be hard split into 4 sections. But we actually get to skip a huge portion of that due to having all the players.
Social media.
Let me just run around there like an idiot. Alright, we're good. And that's all 4 of those. So we were able to go to the dragon now. We just got to make our way there. And again, using that teleporter camera manipulation to get through. And this is it, the last complicated floor here.
It's up
Come on,
right?
dude.
Down
It's
left.
down
Down
left.
left.
You have to go in the direction that you want to be at.
Always keep reading. Alright.
Potion? Yeah, you gotta kill these things for me.
I always keep wanting to go up right, or up left.
Yeah, you can. Alright, we're gonna level here and make sure you have your heal drinks equipped. And basically we're just putting whatever extra XP we have into health. And on to the dragon fight. So we're going to need all 4. This dragon fight's a little bit different from the rest of them. You'll see these 4 crystals here. Each one, if it's lit, the dragon is invulnerable. So we have to make sure all 4 are out. Now, in order to knock one of those out, you have to have completed and gotten that medallion. So Valkyrie's not going to be able to hit any. We're gonna have to have the elf hit the 2 that the elf has access to. Wizard has access to all 4, and so the wizard's going to be able to hit all 4. So wizard takes the 2 on the left, elf takes the 2 on the right, and warrior's gonna try to get that perfect pixel.
Oh, no, it's going.
Yeah, I got on the wrong.
Wizard, you might want to heal some.
Left.
I'm getting lag here.
Yeah, it's because there's 4 of us.
No, I mean like network.
Oh,
lag.
like network lag.
Yeah.
Yeah, network lag's gonna be tough. We would love to run this in person, but something about a virus going around.
But no, we got it.
I don't think that's it.
Oh, no.
All right, well we killed him. Not quite the manipulation that we wanted, but we did beat him the old-fashioned way.
1 pixel's hard on that one. There's so many variables.
Yeah, I mean, playing online over an emulator is tough. We do have the ability to play this on hardware, but sadly we don't all live in the same city. All right, so that's it, right? We just get to do the treasure. Well, not quite. So only one character can actually get the treasure, and so it's going to ask us individually if we want it. We want good ending here. Taking the treasure is a trap. You actually get cursed if you take the treasure. Good donation incentive would be to have the characters say yes and see what happens. But we're gonna do the true ending here, which is to everybody refuses the treasure and leave, and we actually have to fight the dragon again. We are fools for doing this, obviously, but this should be a little bit easier to get the manipulation.
Uh-oh. Oh.
There it is.
Got him.
And that looks good.
Stand and deliver.
Easy.
I used my heal drink, so I had about 2 more shots at that.
That's fine. Warrior has quite a bit of health at that point. I don't have to do the crystals this time, so the other 3 of us, we just wait in the corner near the exit. And as soon as the dragon is dead,
Oh. Ouch.
we leave. And now we just have the epilogue. Everybody's just moving straight down. I am going to talk to this nerd. And we just have to make it down to the bottom of this screen after talking to this guy in order to hit the credits. This guy thinks we're idiots for not taking the treasure. Can't get that anywhere else. And time. Alright, 41-21. Not our best run, not our worst run. Thank you everybody for hanging out and checking this run out. It's a lot of fun to run. A lot of good donation incentives for naming and for betraying each other at the end. Anybody who answers yes has to fight each other, and it just becomes a PvP game. It's very funny. Yeah, so that's Gauntlet 4 in 41-21.
I'm liking Bart right now.
Oh yeah, and that's Bert, the cat. He's a very good boy. He doesn't like to move very often, so he's a very good stream cat.
Yeah.
So we do have to wait through the end of these credits. But yeah, it looks like most of our time lost. We lost over a minute in Earth. I think that was to teleport to RNG more than anything else. And we lost a little bit of time, 12 seconds in water. I don't know, we can probably just clean that up. Did better in Castle this time, much better in Castle this time. Not as good as we can do, but much better.
Water was a bad dragon fight, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
No, I think Water was a decent dragon, and Fire was a bad dragon.
Oh, no, you're right. Water was the only one that was good.
Yeah, Water was the only one we actually got the stone in. But it's tough. It's a tough manipulation.
Water anything.
Gotta wait to the end to see the stats. But yeah, when I picked this game, I was looking for specifically a 4-player speedrun of some kind on a retro console. And everybody knows Gauntlet. Everybody knows what Gauntlet is, even if you haven't played. And Gauntlet 4 seemed to be a little bit more appealing than Gauntlet 1. Gauntlet 2, not really a good speed game at all. That one's also for the NES. Gauntlet 3, there's actually 2 Gauntlet 3s, one for PC, and I don't really want to touch PC runs. And the other one for the Atari Lynx, and nobody has an Atari Lynx, so we're not doing that one. And then this one had a nice half-hour run. A little bit more than that, obviously, but you can bang this out pretty consistently in 45 minutes with bad RNG, which is what we had mostly. Yeah. So this kind of fit what we were looking for. There are other Gauntlet games in the series that do support 4 players, but they're all, multiple hour speed runs kind of thing. Not nearly as much in the way of manipulations like you get in this game. Plus, this has the classic, Warrior needs food badly.
I know all the food places.
Harry S. Truman. What a great name. Killed 5 monsters. You actually got 5 out of 6 of the dragon kills then.
No, I killed some dudes on the Swapperoo.
Oh, okay, that's what that is.
Swappy.
I don't know if dragons actually count here.
Maybe they don't.
I massacred
The Bopper.
Big Bopper.
The regular bopper.
In-game time, not a good measurement for this game. If you're paused, I don't think the in-game time increases. And so yeah, that brings us to the end of Gauntlet 4. Thank you everybody for hanging out and watching.